Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. We have a fun show in store for you, and I think I gave you fair warning last week that Rick Mascaro was going to be in the studio.
Right here, Doc.
Right
here.
All right. So
All
anyway,
you gotta do is ask me questions.
All right, settle down there, Junior. All right. We'll get to those folks.
Where's this mic button?
Rick lights up the studio every time he's here. That's enough. All right. So anyways, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. As you know, we're streaming live, and I hope that you are well and enjoying this wonderful weather. I know that some of you may be interested in giving us a call sometime during the show. And if you do, you can give us a call at 716-753-5225. This is just like the telethon. There we go. If you want to send me something during the week for your club or organization, you can go to chautauquasunrise@gmail.com. And that's how we get a lot of these announcements throughout the week. It's free of charge. We're happy to do it for you. Now, if you got a pressing announcement to make and you forgot to send me something that's going to happen like in the next couple days or even today, call us at that number, and Randy will take the message, write it down, bring it in here, or if you're brave, and we are very kind, you can talk to me live. We are live here Saturday mornings. As I remind people, don't call later in the week because there's nobody here. Okay. I want to remind you that we are on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people in Jamestown, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. And you can hear the soundtrack of this as well. And say good afternoon for all of my listeners over in Jamestown area and throughout that region. So glad you could join us. Okay, I got a few things I want to share with you, and then we're going to get some announcements, and then my guest. You didn't take your medication today, did you? I can tell. Oh, see, how we go.
Dear God, my mic fell.
Jeff, help me. All right. Justin, you know the backup plan, right? First of all, I want to do a shout out to my friends, the 10,000 Maniacs. They are celebrating their 40th anniversary as a band this year. And they are doing a big celebration throughout Jamestown next weekend. And I know Steve's doing a little tour of places in Jamestown that may have been incentive or creative juices were flowing when they were in different parts of the city, and I know he's going to do some kind of a walk. They have a concert, and it's sold out. I saw them last time there at the Reg, and it was really fun and really exciting to see them. And anyways, congratulations on your anniversary, guys. Well earned, and I know you're touring around the United States, and I know you want to get back on the international circuit as well, so we're proud of you. My Rotary Club, in approximately 53 minutes, will be over at the Barcelona Harbor area, just outside of Westfield, and they are going to conduct a shore cleanup as part of the Rotary mission for clean water and healthy resources throughout the world. And I know that the Rotary clubs all around the Great Lakes are doing this as part of Earth Day. Earth Day has come and gone, but we decided we were going to wait till the weather was a little bit nicer, because Earth Day, I don't think it was so great that day. Anyways, from 10 to 1, so if you're watching now, you still can get a chance to go on over and get a bag and pick up some stuff and get the beaches looking really nice, and getting ready for visitors that come to our area. And it was just being good stewards of our resources, right? So today, 10 to 1, Westfield Mayville Rotary Club, and they're going to have some refreshments, I'm told. Speaking of music, I mentioned at the Big Inlet today, there's a group called the Growlers. Yours truly, a part of that group. We have a lot of fun. We're going to be there from 5:30 to 8:30 tonight, so a little self-serving announcement there. If you haven't been to the Big Inlet, it's really quite a nice venue, and we just had a Rotary Club social there the other night, and we had a really lot of fun. So good music throughout the weekends, starting this week, I think, right into October. And if the band's in the audience is not indoors, they have that beautiful outdoor venue, which is, I think of it like a little mini Woodstock. Okay, and by way of announcements, I know this is something I try to encourage people to do, but if you had an anniversary or birthday or something special, you want to wish somebody happy birthday or congratulations or whatever, you can do it. So I'm going to go across the ocean, and I'm going to wish my cousin Katinka Hamels, who's in the Netherlands, and it's her birthday this weekend. So happy birthday, Katinka. I remember she was quite little when I first met her. I think she was still in a stroller, so it's been a number of years we've been in touch. Okay, so I'm going to read some announcements, and then we'll get to our guests here in a second. Where did that go? Okay. This is from the Mayville group, the government, and this is very, very important. Justin, you should pay attention to this. Oh no, this is from the Chamber of Commerce. I'm sorry. It's from the Mayville area in Jamestown. Community Chamber plans yard sales. Doesn't know. Mayville, Fredonia, Hanover. For many years, community chamber committees in the Mayville, Chautauqua, Fredonia, and Hanover areas have run community-wide yard sales in the summer months. This year, these events will have a new twist as they also work to promote local businesses in new ways. The mission of the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce is to create a business environment in the region where our members can thrive. With a renewed focus on driving consumers to local businesses, the Chamber is looking to and at how to increase traffic from yard sales, which benefit local businesses. To further our mission-based work, the Chamber will provide space on each physical yard sale map for local member businesses to offer coupons or specials. Ad spaces on the maps are ideal for local restaurants and retailers and are offered at no charge to local restaurants and retailers looking to capture some of the yard sale consumer traffic. Now, yard sales, people come from all over the area in Ohio, Pennsylvania, across the state, because there's just people get into these circuits and just have a great time. Okay, so the first sale is coming up on Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be the Mayville, Chautauqua region. It'll be conducted from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday, May 27th through May 29th. So this is going to be a whole weekend thing. Individual sale hours may vary, and Chamber member businesses that would like to have a free ad space on the map to offer specials or coupons may contact Shannon Bike-Karak, I can't say her name, I'm sorry, Mayville Chautauqua Community Chamber Coordinator, and give them a call over there. In Fredonia, marks the return of the Attic and Cellar Days, June 3 through 5. It's the Fredonia Community Chamber Coordinator, that you can contact Denise Zalkowski. The Fredonia Chamber of Commerce is excited to bring this annual event back to the village. Homeowners are encouraged to clean out their garages, basements, and attics, and participate in the event for a nominal fee of $10. These sales have been well attended in past years, and we expect there will be lots of great deals to be found since sellers have had 2 full years to replenish their inventory. And then the 30th annual Silver Creek area yard sale conducted by the Hanover Community Chamber of Commerce will be August 5. So you got different weekends, so keep track of those. It's a lot of fun. Dave Kleparik, a friend of mine that I've known for a million years, he's the contact over there. Okay, so something to think about and to look forward to. Next announcement comes from this group. What are they called? The Lakeshore Center for the Arts. I've never heard of them. No, they're gonna. They have a play this week, next weekend coming up, written by Stephen Dietz. It's called Becky's New Car. Tina Rouser was here last week to talk about it, and I got this press release. So it goes like this: Becky's New Car takes place in the United States. It's a dramatist's play service that has produced this format, I guess you call it. Performances will run May 2021 at 7:30, and then the 22nd, which is a Sunday, at 2 p.m., a matinee. And then the following weekend, May 27, 28 at 7:30, and that Sunday, May 29 at 2 p.m. Now, here's the story. Here's the scoop. Have you ever been tempted to flee your own life? Becky Foster is caught in middle age, middle management, and in a middling marriage. I've never heard that term before. With no prospects for change on the horizon, then one night, a socially inept and grief-stricken millionaire stumbles into the car dealership where Becky works.
That's Doc.
Shh. Oh. Becky is offered nothing short of a new life, and the audience is offered a chance to ride shotgun in a way that most plays wouldn't dare. Becky's New Car is a thoroughly original comedy with serious overtones, a devious and delightful romp down the road not taken. An early look at Becky's New Car, written by Dietz. Hold on a second. That's a repeat. Okay, for tickets, this is kind of tricky. You go to Lakeshore Center for the Arts .ticketspice.com, and that's right there on the poster. So I'm reading this for those that are listening on the radio. You go to Lakeshore Center for the Arts Ticketspice, all one word, .com, or give them a call at 224-2135 to reserve your tickets. I'm telling you right now, it's a great play, great characters, and great actors that are just absolutely out of this world for the most part. Most part being me. Okay, what else we got here? I got to go in right order here. Let's see. Okay, Mayville. The Mayville Chautauqua Community Chamber also wants to announce that it will once again host the Mayville Farmers and Artisans Market every Thursday starting on May 26th, running through September 8th. The market will run from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursdays throughout the season, featuring local farmers and artisans with a focus on all things handmade. Also available at the market are weekly food options from local food trucks, a homemade baked goods, a rock painting table for the Mayville, New York Rocks project, as well as a lunchtime music from noon to 1 p.m. The Mayville Chautauqua County Chamber will also have a table on site with information about upcoming events, merchandise, and people available to answer questions about events or chamber membership. Planning is underway for special weekly events throughout the season, and the information will be released soon. The Mayville Farmers and Artisans Market was new last year. It's located at the Village Park by the traffic signal at the intersection of routes 394 and 430. The Mayville Chautauqua County Chamber Committee brought the market to life last year and found it to be highly successful. And hang on a second. I'm just trying to see. You'll have to contact the chamber for more information as far as who's going to be there. But if the farmers markets around here and artisan markets are just unbelievable. The one in Westfield started out with, I think, 5 or 6 vendors, and now it's a full-blown operation. It's just great. So if you're looking for baked goods or handmade crafts, entertainment, it's just a fun thing to do on a Saturday, and in this case, it's Thursday. Okay, then let's get to 16 there, Jeff. A shredded event sponsored by the Westfield Memorial Hospital Ladies Auxiliary in the hospital parking lot. Okay, this is one of those, mark your calendars. We'll try to remember to do this again next week. May 28th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., $10 a box. Pack all those old papers in a box, Rick, and have them shredded securely. Okay, you just got done with the income tax season, hopefully, and you got all those things that you've been saving because someone told you you need to hang on to them for 7 years, and you're never going to need to know how much you paid for gasoline back then or whatever you got. Put them in bags, bring them there. They put them in a box, and it's $10 a box, and they shred it, and it's secure, and nobody's ever going to look in your garbage again. Okay, moving along. There's a South County Spring Job Fair to be held May 19th. Chautauqua Works will be holding a South County Spring Job Fair on Thursday, May 19th, Justin, from 9:30 to 11:30 at the Doubletree by Hilton. That management job you've been looking for could be waiting for you. At 150 West 4th Street in Jamestown to connect job seekers, Justin, with information about current job openings. Attendees are encouraged to dress professionally, bring multiple copies of the resume, and be prepared to talk to employers. And attendees will also have a chance to win a tablet and other job search support items. I've been told over and over again, folks, there are more jobs than there are people in Chautauqua County. So this is a great way to sift through some of those jobs, and maybe you'll find something you like. Okay. That's an old one. Okay. A couple other events coming up. May 14th, Rush Late Models Series, the Bill Law Memorial Race at State Line Speedway. What, no background noise?
No, I was
Okay,
watching
you just
with
you missed your
great
cue.
interest.
And they make another left, then another left. Enjoy opening night at the Speedway for a night of dirt track racing. General admission for stands seating is $10 for adults and free for children ages 12 and under. And pit admission is only $30. For more information, you call at 716-720-2403. So tonight at the State Line Speedway. Let's see, tomorrow, Wedding Expo from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Village Casino over in Bemis Point. Visit this free event to see what Chautauqua County and the surrounding areas have to offer to help you plan for your big day. There'll be lots of local vendors, door prizes, a cash bar, and a whole lot more. If you want to know more information, give them a call at 386-1247. And finally, I'm not going to talk about this because somebody that's coming on here shortly is going to talk about this, but it has something to do with the Juice Box Organic Theater, and we're just going to hold on that.
How did that get on there?
I don't know. I get sent this stuff. I guess they figured maybe you wouldn't be here. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Okay, we're back. We're having a lot of fun. Folks, if you just joined us, you're watching Chautauqua Sunrise. And
I think it's horrible the way you treat your staff. Poor Justin over there. Go get a job. Go get a job.
well, I could have sent him to the wedding one, but I thought that was a little early for him.
all right.
Jeez. Folks, as foretold, Rick Mascaro's in the house, and Jackie Phillips, and someone that I've just met today, Carrie, Shank. We're going to meet all of you in different ways.
Play Wipeout for him.
I am not, thank you.
They're all representing the Lakeshore Center for the Arts that we mentioned a little bit earlier. So, Rick, in all seriousness, I truly enjoy having you here on the show.
But you want me to leave, right?
We've known each other so well, he's now stealing my lines. Rick, you and I, we go back. I was looking at posters the other day at the theater area there in Lakeshore Center for the Arts.
Long way.
A long way. Yeah, I think it was 2015 or 14 or something like that. I go, holy cow. And I had you on the show way back then. It was early in our career here at the studio. But, think about what we've done together.
What was the first one? Shel Silverstein?
Shel Silverstein, yeah. and you made me do that crazy scene with the watch and dry.
It's quite good.
Thank you.
It was quite good.
It was very scary to do that. I'm not an actor.
You didn't mess
Keep
up on
saying that.
as many words as you do here.
Well, that was because I got to practice them.
Oh.
Thanks for pointing that out. Here, you want to read them this time? Come back next week. You do it. Anyways, but then we played in the Barcelona Blues Band together, and
we
then
did.
we've done, other productions. And I talked about Bucky's new car, and I won't go into great detail on that because we did that last week. But for me personally, that Becky's new car is a full-blown theater production where things we've done are theater, but short skits, musical kind of things. We did the
I'm not going to save you, Don.
Harvest Moon,
Yeah. The Harvest Moon.
which was where I don't even know what to call that exactly.
You did 2 Harvest.
No, I only did one.
It's a retrospective.
Yeah, and where we were characters that were
Dead. Dead.
And then let's see what. And then Libby did the Spring Fling, and I was part of that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, but I know you've done other productions.
You've gotten
right?
to be a regular.
No, I'm not. I'm the guy they call in when
As-
nobody
as
else will
much
do
as you
it.
could be regular.
I'm a
Doc.
second.
Yeah.
I'm an understudy.
Okay.
So, real in general, Rick, and again, in all seriousness,
Are you being serious again?
I'm going to be serious again,
All
just for a moment, if I can. We also did parades together. We're going to do the 4th of July parade.
We do the parades.
Yeah, we've done a few of them.
We get candy.
Get things
They
thrown
throw
at us.
stuff at us.
I'll throw stuff at you.
Yes, please.
Play Wipeout for us.
So you came on the show years ago, and you had a vision, and that was long before there was this place where people can see all the things I just mentioned.
Are you giving me a spot here at the beginning of the show?
Yes, I am.
Holy jeez.
So what did you envision that would be happening here in 2022?
This organization started out as
Okay, Rick, thank you very much. Go ahead.
Fine. This started out as Juicebox Organic one-act play competition theater. And it never became that because we started doing plays as soon as we started, and people came to a lot of our plays, and we kind of got sidetracked from our basic mission. But finally, this year, Juicebox Organic Play Competition is coming into realization. It is not starting, there it is. It is not starting until this time next year, and that is for a reason, because in order to have a one-act play competition, people have to write a one-act. So we are giving you a one-act. We are also giving you a class that you could attend to. You can attend.
See, it's not
to
so
write
easy,
one.
is it?
Yeah, that you could attend. And in fact, we have a professor from the University of. I can't
Peas and
remember
carrots, peas and
exactly where
carrots.
she is. Peas and carrots, peas and carrots. That's going to be teaching the class, and she's fab. She's from Ripley, as a matter of fact.
Who's that?
You had her on here. We found her from you.
Well, I know Mary Ellen Humphrey.
Yeah, that lady.
Ding, ding, ding.
I didn't know she was going to teach the thing.
Yeah,
How would I know that?
she's teaching a one-act class, and she's also teaching a regular writing.
You haven't even thanked me for that.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
All right. All right. So originally, this was the concept that you had in mind before
Yes.
everything else.
Yes.
Well, then how did everything else come about?
We started out with Elemonary, and we had a great response to that, and people just enjoyed the play so much that we ended up working mostly on plays, and this fell on the back burner.
Okay, but you didn't have the theater. So
No,
where did you?
We
perform?
were like a bad itinerant teacher. We were thrown around this place and that place, and worked in churches and kindergartens and wherever we had
Oh,
a need.
I just remember you dragged us over to a nursing home.
Yes.
It was like 98
Yes.
degrees. I forgot about that one.
Absolutely.
And and you
Get
had
it?
us
Did you
in
get that?
restaurants.
Hey, wait a minute.
I
Did you
got
get
it.
it?
I
Okay.
got it. I
All
got
right.
it. Oh my gosh, I
All right.
got it. And then we were in the churches and we were in restaurants.
We
and then,
were.
But
And
then something happened.
Yeah, well, we'd had our eye on the Presbyterian Church for a long time because they had the whole annex building. The top floor was totally empty. It was dry rotted classrooms upstairs that hadn't been used for years, and we grabbed them and we made it into a little theater mecca, little arts mecca.
Now, just for those that are listening right now, the Presbyterian Church is on 394, right across from the library.
Library.
Right? And you know, driving by, you would never guess there was that much space available in that building. Years ago, my youngest, he went to the preschool that was downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep those preschoolers downstairs and the adults
Do they still have the
upstairs.
program down there?
I believe, no. The daycare center is not there any longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing down there?
I'm adjusting things.
Oh, all right. I'm just checking.
We all have a personal space. I do not violate your personal space. I warned you people he was coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you looked at the space, and then what happened?
And then we started to invest in it, and we started out with a theater, and we started out with a recital hall. We've grown into, well, I'm not going to take the fire away from her. She's got a whole story to tell you
Okay.
about something else that was added. And we have the Lorna Penny Suite, which is a combination boardroom, green room, meeting room, etc. We just have a revamped lobby that's quite nice. Got a lot up there. It's quite, I don't know how many square feet it is. I should, but I don't. But it's the whole top floor of the annex building.
Very nice. And I know that you just added a stair lift for those that may
No,
have
that's been there a while.
trouble.
Yeah.
Work with me.
Oh, yeah, we just put that in last week. We just put that sucker in last week.
Anyways, someone that has some issues walking upstairs, because there's like three. I'm going to stop talking. I think there's 3 sections of stairs. I think.
There are.
Okay.
They were quite deadly for a while
Yeah,
there.
but it's very nice. And
I
it's-
used it myself after it was installed.
Oh, that's right. You
I have 2 new knees now. Two,
Two.
not one, 2.
You had to go all the way.
You wanna
up
hear
to-
'em?
No, I don't want to hear your knees.
Sounds like you're knocking on a tin can when you knock on them. I feel like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
If I only
Anyway,
had a brain. Okay, as far as the theater goes, describe it a little bit for folks, because we got the Reg Lene down in Jamestown. You got the Opera House in Fredonia, but this is a little different. It's a lot different. Actually, it's a different focus, a different.
it
feel
is
to
a different focus, and I'll be quite honest and to the point. It's an adult theater. It's aimed at adults. We did not focus on school-age children simply because they have so much already, and the adult population opportunities had fallen away through the years, and so it was designed as an adult venue for people to improve their skills and find new skills and all those kind of things.
All right.
So
Yeah. Theater, music, skits, comedy. You've done a lot of different things there, right?
yeah,
In the
and
theater.
something else brand new that she's going to tell you
We'll
about.
get to it. We'll get to it. We still have time to get to it.
All right.
I'm going to just keep working this over now. What's the capacity of the theater as a rule?
30 to 50.
Okay, depends on the configuration.
When I do it, it's 50 because I don't like to lose money. But some directors are like, oh, I don't want to have more than enough people that might block that light. I work by put in 50 and sell full price tickets because we're here to pay the bills. That's how I work.
Capitalism.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. It's the only way you exist in the arts is to make some money.
Starving artist, right?
Can't give it away.
And tell me if I'm wrong on this. No, not yet. This is community theater. These are people locally in many cases. This isn't like you're bringing in troops from around the country or wherever. I mean, you know what I'm getting at?
We bring in people from Silver Creek to Northeast up to Jamestown. I don't mess with Jamestown for the same reason I don't do kids. I don't step on Kent Knappenberger's toes, and I don't step on Jamestown's toes.
Right, and you do well at what you do. Don't try to.
Why, thank you, Doc.
Yeah, keep it to your strengths.
All right.
All right. Last question I have for you.
Okay.
All right.
You better hurry because
I have plenty of time.
Jackie's
I
gonna
do
kick
this-
my
I
butt
do
when we
this
get out of
every
here.
Saturday morning.
All
I'm
right.
good. COVID. We're seeing COVID still hanging around. You guys were shut down, for almost 2 years, right?
We were.
And Libby kind of started the new era with the spring fling that a bunch of us were in.
She did.
And you were in there too.
I was.
I just cried when you got on stage. You
did?
were very funny.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I can't remember what I did now.
You did the scene with the horse and all that. The birthday scene.
Oh, yeah. Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so
And
So-
Carrie played Wipeout.
we had COVID in the area, and people were shut down.
Yeah.
Some places were requiring masks and vaccinations and all that.
Yeah.
So what is the status now for people who are listening? Because, and this could change tomorrow, I understand that, okay? So if somebody buys tickets right now, what should they know about being in the audience?
Okay. Well, what you should know about being in the audience is that we far prefer you to go out and get vaccinated and have your boosters. We're not going to ask you for proof. We wish you had enough wherewithal to consider your fellow man enough to be vaccinated and get your boosters. We also have dropped the mask unless you want to wear a mask. We prefer medical masks, but you could wear a Nixon mask if you want to, or those kind of things too. Or Howdy Doody mask. Ronald Reagan mask used to be big. Remember those?
Okay,
But no mask, and you're on your honor to be vaccinated.
Okay.
We prefer you stayed home, but you're welcome to come
okay.
without it.
All right, very good. All right, so I think we've covered what I wanted to cover.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Jackie Phillips has been an integral part of what's been going on at Lakeshore Center for the Arts for a number of years now, so welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You know, you and I talked about what you're going to talk about here, your studio, in its formative stages, and then this thing called pandemic came in and just shut you right down. So
Well, we were busy behind the scenes.
behind the scenes, but
Yes.
as far as the public was concerned, right? Because I know
Exactly.
I basically walked into an empty room with a couple things, and then the last time I was there, I was like, wowza. So tell me about what you want to talk about today with the studio and all of that stuff, because people are, I think, I'll be really interested.
Well, really, this all goes back to Rick and his leadership in the SARS group. He's pretty modest about how things took off. I mean, they incorporated in 2015, and by 2016, the productions were sold out, and there's tremendous interest in our community to participate either as an audience member or aspiring artist, or just to see. So we really were looking to expand programming. And one thing I'm not sure Rick mentioned is that we have an art gallery there, and that has it's given voice to many artists in the region, both emerging and established artists. And so we get quite a bit of foot traffic there. And in addition to that, I did go to Rick and I said, I think I'd love to have a space in our art center where people could just come and create, all right? And I'd really like to address digital artistry and multimedia artistry. It needs to be a place where beginners can come and dabble and experiment for no charge as long as they're members. But also I want to meet the needs of established artists in terms of just having a space that they can go, maybe get away from their own studio or their own home and create, maybe rub elbows with other creative people and inspire each other, or work solo.
What was that last word you said?
Is this a test?
I don't know what that was.
What did I
I
say?
don't.
Rebabbles?
I babbled. I must have babbled. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I only had a cup of coffee before I got here.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't have a
So-
little stroke or something.
That was it. That was it. That must have been it. But we want to meet a broad range of needs from beginner to advanced. And so some of this is a little bit free form, and we wanted to give access to people that it's hard to dabble in something that you might be interested in, and it requires maybe a $15,000 investment
Holy mackerel.
in software and equipment. And how long is this going to be? Is it going to be a hobby? Or are you going to forget about it? I've been there. And I was on the verge, because I'm an amateur photographer, I was on the verge of setting up my own studio just for fun. I thought, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to be using it 100% of the time, maybe not even 50%. And so I talked with Rick and we collaborated. There was a classroom space that wasn't being used. We wrote a grant to the Northern Chautauqua Community Fund, who saw the vision of this digital art studio and the services that it could provide to our community. And we were awarded a very generous grant, which was $15,000 to get this place up and going just before the pandemic hit. We also raised additional money from the Michael Palermo family, and my family and others to contribute as well, and some long-term loans of equipment. So we had about 2 years to set this up because we were closed to the public, and we were working pretty actively behind the scenes to do that. So at this point, we're open, we're ready to go and offer this up to the community.
It's funny you said, why would I set something up when I could go someplace and dabble? And that's my standard line. My brother will say, well, you need a chainsaw like I do. And I go, why would I need one if you have one?
Exactly.
And so, yeah, and there's only so much money that goes around in somebody's household. And your younger aspiring people that have a dream or have a passion for the arts in some format, they don't have this kind of money. So this is really a resource to the community. So you said multimedia. What do you mean by that?
Okay, here we go. My friend Carrie, Shank, and I, we debate this back and forth. You want to take that one?
Oh, that's all you. You do it much better than
Well, I don't know about that. So multimedia is, you have digital, but you also may have an artifact. Maybe it's something in your family. I have my grandfather's dog tags from World War I, and it's a 3D, it's tangible. I might want to use that in some vision that I have for an artistic piece, all right? And I may choose to digitize that multimedia piece and pull it into a piece that I'm working on, manipulate the image a little bit and really tell my truth, whatever that may be. So so it's really using a lot of different assets. And what the studio can do, and I didn't realize this was a direction we were going to take until I talked to artists, and I remember talking to you about this to try to get a sense of how would people want to use this space. We spent a lot of time doing that before we came up with equipment and so forth. And a lot of folks were interested in digitizing many of their mementos and assets that they have in their family, and then help them tell their story a little better, rather than just having cardboard boxes full of slides and old pictures and mementos like those dog tags from my grandfather. What can we really do to tell a story or a snippet of a story? So really, I think the digital studio, which we're calling Innovation Studio, is for better storytelling.
I sat here and I just had one of those one of those aha moments. I'm the town historian in Ripley, and I have gobs of stuff.
It's because you're the oldest person in Ripley.
I'm the only person in the room. And I've thought about this over the years, is that we should be digitizing artifacts, like you said, but big things like things that you can't put in a museum, because maybe it's like an old barn or a piece of equipment or a car or whatever it is. So at least you can memorialize it some way or another, because so much of the stuff and it's just not me, it's at the McClurg, it's at all our town buildings, we have history, but there's no way to access it in an easy way. So that really...
And who gets custody of it?
And
if you have a family, maybe nobody wants it, but then that piece of history you feel may be lost. One of the things, funny you should mention that, because in interviewing artists and historians and folks that might want to use our digital studio, was that people wanted to be able to photograph, to digitize larger pieces of art or other mementos. So that definitely influenced the type of equipment that we purchased there. So we have did some research, and we we have the equipment to digitize fairly large pieces there.
Okay, we're going to get to Carrie in a second because that's my cue, so be ready. You said people can come in and use all this equipment for a membership. So tell me about membership.
So the membership at Lakeshore Center, this is a members-only benefit to use the Innovation Studio. But a membership you can purchase for as little as $35 per year. What do you get for that? Well, you have access to the Arts Center. For the digital studio, you're given the combination to the door, and you can attend all of our classes. There's never a charge for a class there, and there are multiple classes per month. We also often offer an open studio several times a month, and that's it's a 2-hour, 11 to 1
Right.
period of time where you can just drop in. You don't even need to register. Throw on a pair of headphones, maybe try to open up Adobe software and see if you can edit this piece of video that you'd like to do something a little different with. So maybe upping your game a little bit. And you also have an opportunity to interact with the studio administrators. I'm one, Carrie Shank is one, Kelly Matthews one, to influence the training calendar itself or other events like photo walks. So, we have some slides and things in terms of the equipment that we have there.
Okay, so let me just do one follow-up
Sure.
question. So the $35 is for the Innovation Studio only? Or
No, that is a membership for Lakeshore Center for the Arts.
so for plays and everything else?
You get that, for instance, that writers group I was telling you about would be free because you're a member.
$35.
35
the year.
bucks. Movies
that's
are
nothing.
free.
Right.
It's
Oh,
nothing.
that's
Yeah.
terrific.
Right.
What a nice thing. All right.
And we're determined to keep the classes free of charge. There is a charge for major performances like Becky's New Car.
Right.
We have to pay royalties and there's other expenses there. But the majority of things at the Arts Center are free of charge. And
Now, if someone was listening and says, I don't want a membership, I just want to take this class and only this class, there's charges for those, I'm assuming?
Well, at the moment, we don't have a charge for a class. I mean, if somebody spoke to me and they weren't sure they wanted to be a member, they wanted to come to a class, I'd probably take them in and invite them to come to the class.
Try it
But for
out.
future classes, try it out, see what it's all about. For future classes, we would want a membership.
Okay. So before we get to the pictures, I want to talk to Carrie a little bit because I promised her I was going to talk. So Carrie, what's your role there and what's your background?
I kind of got roped in by these two, actually.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got to watch them. I'm a studio administrator. I kind of help oversee some things. I give Jackie a lot of input, and we discuss equipment, software. Jackie and I went in and we just dove right into green screen. Neither one of us knew anything about it. We just went into the studio and we just worked it until we got it figured out, and it was, to me, it was great because I had somebody that I could work with, and that really helped a lot. I like going to the studio, even though I have a studio in my home that's like 2 minutes from there. I'd rather go there and work, otherwise I'm throwing in laundry, and I get
distractions,
distracted as easily as Rick does, and it just, I work much better in the
Bazing.
studio.
Excuse me.
He woke up. But I mean, to have something, I don't think people in general and artists realize what we have here. I would expect to have to go to at least Buffalo for something like that. There's nothing like that in Erie. And to my knowledge, there's nothing like that in Buffalo. But the resources there are fantastic, and what you can do, and to work with the other artists and to get input. And it's just, I walk in there and the other studio administrator, Kelly, he's got music playing. As soon as I walk in the door, and I'm like, this feels so artistic, and it's just a feeling that's wonderful. And I personally just want more people to know about it and to come out and take a look.
So what's your strength area in all this?
A photography, I do photographic artistry, a lot of Photoshop.
And so you do this for a living, or?
I fun. I create magic.
Okay. Very good.
And
So in a given week, what do you teach classes, or people just drop in, or how's that working right now?
Pretty much we have a schedule for our classes, and we do the online learning, and we post that, and then they can decide if they want to come in and do a class, which is cool too when you do. People might think, well, I can do the online at home by myself. You're not going to do it. Don't fool yourself. And when you go and you're with a group, afterwards we can do a little hands-on, a little workshop, and actually demonstrate and troubleshoot together. And
Okay.
it's about working with other people.
After you to tell the people that are watching and listening how to get in contact with you and how to get hooked into all this, then we're going to see some pictures. So
I'm going to leave that up
how
to
do they get
you.
involved?
So we just rolled out an exciting new website for Lakeshore Center for the Arts.com. Lakeshore Center for the Arts.com.
All one word. Lakeshore Center for the Arts.
Right. You can. I believe you can purchase tickets there too for our productions. But there's a tab there called Studio, the Innovation Studio.
Okay.
You hit that tab and it's going to give you the calendar for the classes,
Beautiful.
for the open studios, and it has quite a bit of information about all the resources there. We are a resource center for artists, and we're a dabble center for the rest of us that are like, I'm not sure if I really want to do this video thing, but I kind of like to give it a shot, or at least see how difficult it would be, or at least play with it. Carrie and I call this sort of our adult playground. We go in there and we never know where it's going to take us, and it's taken us to some places that, she wanted to. I had no interest in podcasting, and she sort of talked me into, let's give this a shot, and then we can't come up with a theme for a future podcast that we're going to be doing there,
Nice.
giving a voice to local artists and for resources for artists. So we're busily working on that, and that will be carried on our website. So again, just lakeshorecenterforthearts.com, I think, is the easiest way to get the schedule and to contact us, and you can register for a class there. If you're a member and you see there's open studio, and there will be open studio several times a month, you just show up.
Okay.
The doors will be open, and you come on up and throw on a pair of headphones or pull out a laptop, a creator laptop, and do your thing.
Super. Okay, let's get to some photos that you all brought, and Chef will pop them up, and I'll just sit back and you narrate them. How's that?
That sounds good.
Okay.
You say y'all?
Y'all.
Y'all, all right. Well, this is, that's our logo at the Innovation Studio, and again, we're part of Lakeshore Center for the Arts, but it's a it's a little bit different form of the artwork, and this was done in the Adobe Illustrator.
It's really nice.
So I don't think that I've mentioned that we offer all of the Adobe software. Now that is a subscription-based. It's industry standard for film editing, for photography editing, and for storage, for audio, and so forth.
Correct.
And it's about $700 a year.
And I'm
each year.
assuming it's like any other software, it's always upgrading, updating.
It's always the
I'm
most
still
recent.
on like Windows 7.
Right. We're up to Windows 11 now.
Right. What I
So-
mean is, but I know that Adobe is like that, and your
Right.
Photoshop and all
Right.
those are constantly, 101, 200, whatever.
So this is, and Adobe's gone to all subscriptions. So if you've ever tried Adobe software in the past, it wasn't very intuitive. It was a challenge to learn. It's gotten better over the years, and once you learn one, let's say Adobe Lightroom for your photography, then it's much easier to learn Photoshop.
Right.
And it's also much easier to learn Premiere Pro, which is for video editing. So you're investing in one, but there's going to be a carryover into others. So I want to encourage you, if you ever were discouraged in your past life with Adobe, it's become much easier, and we have all the learning resources to help get you there.
Right.
So not only that, but you can pull out of our closet a state-of-the-art creator laptop. We have Dell XPS
Nice.
with all the right specifications up to doing video and audio and
I
so
see you
forth.
have what we have here. It's like a studio for live production.
Well, we're
Film
not,
production?
we knew about you, so we really weren't pushing for live production, but we do have video rigs, and we do. We've now sort of veered off into some podcasting, but we're not trying to duplicate what you have here because you're right around the corner.
I just meant that looks really familiar.
So, and we have a Canon camera system, so there are several Canon cameras, state-of-the-art cameras.
So you
that
go
are
on site, you
available.
go off site and do some production as well.
We could. We wanted to focus at first to make sure once you got to the studio that whether you were a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, that you were going to have sufficient equipment and a space that was ready to go. And some of that equipment is available for lending and taking off-site, but our main focus right now is for on-site
Great.
and for studio use. So That's our check that we got back in 2000, I think it was 19, and then.
I don't recognize the person on the far.
That is Ann Rotunda. That was her maiden name. Do you know what her last name now? Her married name?
I should know. I can't remember.
What was her role
I
in
grew
this
up
picture?
with her. She was in my neighborhood gang, believe it or not, when she was this big. But
Jackie was in a gang.
I was in a gang,
But
a bicycle gang.
Was she from the foundation, or?
Yes, she's on the board of the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation, or she was then.
Okay.
So.
Great.
So now, just to kind of recap what we have 4 Creator laptop computers available on site. There are 3 Canon 80D cameras and a variety of lenses to use. We have a variety of microphones, monitors if you're going to do a video rig, and a variety of tripods. We have both lighting for video as well as for portrait photography.
Correct.
Okay,
in
for
the
those that
studio.
are listening on the radio right now, we got a view of a long view into the studio, and there's tables and there's all kinds of equipment. I see iPads, laptops. I see, like you said, what do you call those things? Umbrellas?
Yes. Soft boxes.
Softbox, those are the strobe lights for photography, so you
Okay.
can control the light.
And then you have screens in the back
Correct.
for the green rooms and things
We
like
have,
that.
yeah, we
Green
have,
screen?
we have drop papers, so we have the green screen, white, black. and
So
forth.
we've mentioned green screen a couple times now. So Carrie, explain to those that are listening. I know what it is, but what do you do with a green screen? It's like a background, right?
You, I was going to say you start by getting pretty frustrated until you learn how to use it properly. But if you were doing a portrait, if I wanted to do a portrait of Jackie in the studio, I could put her on the green screen, and then it's really easy to cut her out and extract her, and then I can put her into a scene, into a story, into digital artistry then, and make a full scene out of it.
So is that different in Photoshop?
I would do it in Photoshop, yes.
All right, so the
is how
green
I would
screen
do
gives
it.
you a neutral background that you superimpose or reverse it, however you superimpose on what, but a background of some sort. So
Correct.
a lot of things that we see on TV,
Yes.
they do green screen.
Right. It can be
They'll
used for
have,
video.
like, people wired up and they're really not in the scene, but they're
Yes.
at the green screen. Okay, so what's this now? Communal studio.
This happens to be the studio, and it happens to be set up for a portrait shoot. So you can see the backdrops in the back there, and in the forefront, it's holding a light meter, so you learn how to control light in a professional way. In fact, later on this month, we're doing a portrait lighting workshop, where there's going to be a pre-recorded class and then hands-on working lab there to show how to do that. We're doing tethered shooting, and you see there's a laptop right there next to the tripod holding the camera, and it's tethered to the camera so that as you're taking your shots, you can see what the exposure is it tack
Oh,
sharp?
okay.
It's already storing it in 2 different places, so you're learning about staying organized in a
Cool.
digital way.
My dad would have loved this stuff. He was a photo.
Oh, we would have loved
shutter
having
boy.
him there.
Yeah.
You know, we have boons available as well, and the microphone. So that happened to be set up for a photograph, but then we break it down and we can set it up for a video shoot
Okay,
as
let's
well.
hold that thought. We have a call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Linda.
How are you this morning? It's great to see your guests,
Yeah.
Rick and Jacqueline and Carrie. Congratulations on your wonderful Center for the Arts and
Is it-
Photography.
Is that awesome or what?
Oh, it is. I have to say, back in the day when I was in high school, I was one of the school photographers.
I bet it was really big, too. Big camera,
Oh, it was. It was huge.
big clunky things.
So it's really amazing what you can do today with things like photography and the digital experience. So good luck with everything, and I'm looking forward to your production coming up.
What production is that?
Aren't you putting out a play?
Would that be Becky's new car?
He wants you to
See
yell
what
it
I
out.
did? See what I did there?
And come and see us in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Lynn. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, it's just wonderful what you do there. Just absolutely
Well
wonderful.
done, guys. Well done.
It's a lot of fun. It really
Yeah,
is. We have a lot of fun. Some really great people, and we learn from each other.
Yes.
Yes.
And we get like Rick, we've learned to talk people into just trying something. And you're surprised what you can pull out of you. And
Yeah.
before you know it, you're sort of telling your truth using some pretty great tools that we have in the studio. So the thing that's different about the studio is you don't have to audition to do a part. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not for everybody.
Right.
You know, you come on in and it's hopefully we're creating a creative space, but it's also a safe space to try some things and be encouraged
Yes.
as well. And I'm not done creating, you know, I'm done with my professional career and recently retired, and I need this. This
You need
is
outlets, yeah.
it's really an important outlet, and I can really see that it's going to take me personally places, and it's really great to rub elbows with others.
Great.
Yeah, oh, I think we are so fortunate to have something like this. And, you know, we don't have lines and traffic and hubbub to put up with around here. It's so easy.
It's
to do
hometown
things
USA,
around here.
really, you know?
Yeah, it is really great. And good luck with your growlers.
Oh, would that be the group that's playing at the Big Inlet tonight from 5:30 to 8:30? Thank you for mentioning that. See what I did there, Rick?
I saw that was
It's a
good.
great place. And I want to thank everybody in the community for helping us with our chicken barbecue Thursday.
Oh,
It was a
good.
success,
Wonderful.
and we got a lot of support.
Great.
So I was very happy to see a lot of people I know there.
Terrific.
Thank you very much.
All right. You call again. Have a nice weekend, Lynn. Thanks for calling.
You have a wonderful weekend. It's
Okay.
beautiful out there now.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, let's see another picture.
So this is just using the Canon camera system, setting it up for a video rig using microphones. Now you can use your cell phone. We support that as well. But what we're encouraging here is to really go for really beautiful sound and really get in there and capture video and then go back in and learn some editing skills. So you're applying filmmaking artistry to what you're doing. And we're really just getting started there. So we also offer an external monitor so you can see what you're really capturing. And we'd be able to set up a 3-point video capture for it. So you may have a project in mind. I've heard of some projects that people want to do,
Right.
and maybe start interviewing community members, for example,
Right.
taking your B-rolls out in the community, and then coming in using our creator laptops and Adobe Audition, which is for sound, and for Premiere Pro to begin to edit and challenge yourself to really tell a great story. One of the things I didn't realize that people were going to be interested in as we started to talk about is they really wanted to be able to use their family mementos.
I was thinking of
The
those
boxes and
yeah.
boxes that we have creating dust or that people are starting to throw out, and really learn how to digitize. So we're doing a 4-part series beginning next month about preserving family memoirs. The first part of the series is showing them how to use our equipment to digitize what they have. That might be old slides, it could be old photographs, it could be, the dog tags from World War II. And then come back for the second if you want, and it will show you how to restore. So it might be these old photos, how to use our software and begin to really restore it. And then third, all right, what do you do with this? What are some of the storytelling projects that you could be doing? So there's a little bit of learning, and then it's a hands-on lab. And then finally, an opportunity to have some of this storytelling, if you want, constructively critiqued by your peers that you've been working with all along. So that's part of becoming and growing as an artist, is to listen to others in terms of getting the feedback of what you've done. So we
Okay.
want to create a safe environment.
All right,
for
we
that
are
as
down
well.
to like 20 seconds. So how do people get a hold of you guys again?
So go to lakeshorecenterforthearts.com. If you want to email, it's admin@lakeshorecenterforthearts.com.
Okay.
And we hope to see a lot of folks, please.
Yes.
And everything we've talked about is on our site, so please go to
Excellent.
the site.
Rick, Jackie, and
Thank you,
Carrie,
Doc.
thank you for joining me
Thank
today. Really fun as always, and we'll have to do this again sometime. Folks, that's a wrap for today, and I hope you got a lot out of this. There's lots of opportunity in Westfield area, and I'm going to check this studio out myself. So, anyways, take care. Have a nice weekend. Stay dry the best you can. We're going to do this all again next Saturday right here at Chautauqua Sunrise on Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville. Bye now.